Thank you for subscribing to the channel. It's much appreciated. And for those who haven't subscribed yet, it would only take you a second to subscribe. Share the channel with your friends who are interested in creating their own books, and like any videos that you do actually like. So all the best for this coming 2024, and I hope you had a good Christmas. I hope you had plenty of good sales in December, which is the time of the year when a lot of us make the most sales. And into January, you're still getting people with the vouchers for Amazon, say, or money so they can go and buy some more things, or been given Kindles or tablets so they want to buy some books, some ebooks. So I hope you've been doing well. What I want to talk to you about today is, are there words that you shouldn't use in your book? Well, this is a funny one, because really, when you're writing a book, in my view anyway, it's a case of people knowing your style of writing. And if you're going to be following every rule there is, you're not going to have a style of writing. It's going to be robotic. And that's not good in my view. I like to put in words that I want to put in, not what people should say you don't put in, or if you put that in, you're not going to make the sales, or you're going to get bad reviews and all that. I think that's a load of twaddle. Sure, there are some words that you could have to, excuse my throat, every winter, like most people, there's bugs going about, isn't there? And I've had a bit of a bad one. And probably worse than man flu, to be honest with you. So I put at the bottom of the screen here, I like beer, me. Now that's an example. That's something you should get into your head, really. That kind of thing where it's pointless putting the me on the end. It's kind of silly putting the me on the end. So sometimes when you're doing a sentence, you can leave words out like that. I like beer. But I like beer, me, sort of makes people think that you're an ordinary person who likes to drink beer. You know, a beer drinking person who used to prop up the bars, not somebody who rarely drinks. So, you know, you can see that there's something in there, but the me could be left out. So let's have a look at some other examples. The words mix of. So if you're in a sentence and someone's got some, I don't know, June had a mix of sorrow and fear, or felt a mix of sorrow and fear. Well, you don't need to put mix of. She felt sorrow and fear. So you don't need to put mix of, because you've already included the two. So you can see where that would be totally pointless. And both is another example. So a mix of or both. So you got June felt both sorrow and fear. Well, there's no point in having the both. So you can leave that out, because you're already saying sorrow and fear. So if you think of it like that, when you're writing, try to think, well, yeah, it is pretty pointless. But like I say, at the same time, if you want to put it in, you put it in. It's going to be your style of writing. You want to differentiate yourself from every other author out there, or as much as you can. But there are rules, as we know. There's punctuation, there's grammar, there's all kinds of rules. But rules are made to be broken, aren't they? You know, whether you go to prison for it or not is another thing. So let's have a look at some more. These I've just put down as I've been writing my recent book, and I've come across things as I've been writing. I thought, well, yeah, I could put that in. So I've just kept a list of these things. And you can go online and you can type in, I don't know, words you shouldn't use in a novel, words you shouldn't use in non-fiction or whatever. And you'll get pages, you'll get people saying what you should and shouldn't do. And again, it's totally your choice. And I would recommend you go with how you feel, what you're thinking when you're writing. But for those who want to follow rules, or at least don't make a mess of their story, then yeah, I mean, take note of what I'm saying here and think about this one at the bottom. Own. So you could say my own. It's mine. Or my own world. Or my own house. You could put my house. There's no need for the own. And the same with your own house. Your house. There's no need for the own. So a word like own can be left out in a lot of situations. Not every situation. You have to feel it. You're going to have to see if that own deserves to be in there. Just is a good one, because you could say, well, it's just the beginning. Well, is there any need for the just? It's the beginning. But you may want to make it sound more alive. You've got, it's just the beginning. You could say it's the beginning. And just may sound that little bit better, but it's not needed. There's no point in it. Coming. Light coming from the sun, or light from the sun. See, again, you can be doing it for attention. You can be doing it to make that sentence or those words stand out. Light coming from the sun, or light from the sun. There's no need from the coming, because that's where it's coming from. It's a given. So it's light from the sun. Oh, I've got a cup of soup here. Oh, my throat. Yeah. Anyway. Behind. Left behind. He was left behind. You could put he was left. Do you need to put the behind? Not really, in a lot of situations. But again, it's one of those words. Excuse me, I'm going to have to cut this one short, I think. Sat down. Well, you're going to be down, aren't you? You're going to be down, so you don't need the down. You could be saying, she sat. Didn't have to put she sat down. So you can see where I'm coming from with all these words. Some of them are totally pointless. But again, if you followed all the rules, you're not going to have anything to stand out. You're not going to have your own style of writing. Stood up. Stood will do. Up. Gazing up at the stars. Gazing at the stars. You're not going to be looking down. So it's a given that you're going to be looking up. So I'm just going through a few things here to give you an idea of when you're writing. Think about it. That. The word that is a word that gets overused a lot. So, for instance, a life that he once lived. It could be a life he once lived would do fine. So that is absolutely pointless. It doesn't really give it any. It doesn't make anything stand out. It doesn't look particularly good. So leave it out. If you can leave it out, and you want to leave it out, leave it out. Really is a word that gets overused. So was it really a donut or something else? Well, was it a donut or something else would do fine. In most situations, it will do fine. You don't need the really. And it can get overused. You end up with lots of reallys in there like that. So you can see where I'm going with this. As you're writing, think about it. Think about those words, and think about I drink beer me, or I like beer me. So I'm going to have to cut this one now, because I'm struggling to breathe here. I'm going to get some more of this soup here. Excuse me. And again, wishing you all the best for 2024. As soon as my throat heals, I'll get some more videos out. And again, thank you. That's it.